make you mad. God knows I didn't mean to do you no harm. Woman, you know I'm a country boy, and you know I was raised out on the farm. Woman, if you love me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show, Other People's Problems. And I'm your host, Marty Springfield, and today we're talking to people from dysfunctional families. But hey, how is that different from what we do all the time here? Well, if you're like me, I'm sure that you're still all reeling from our last guest, Jennifer, who claims that her sister stole her fiancé and then asked her to be maid of honor at her wedding. Should she or shouldn't she? You decide. But meanwhile, our next guest, Bob, is estranged from his father and older brother who actually live back on the family farm, which I understand is more like an estate and it's pretty, swanky. So Bob came out here to Hollywood 4 years ago with a trunk full of stocks and annuities, all inherited, and we're going to talk to him about how things have worked out, why he left home in the first place. Now, Bob. All right. So, good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Marty. At least, I hope it's been a good morning for you.
Huh. Why, what, aren't you having a good morning, Bob?
Oh, I haven't had a good morning in months.
Just not a morning person, huh?
It's a bit more complicated than that.
How is it? Well, we're hoping that you'll tell us just how things got so complicated in the first place. So, why don't you start by telling us why you came out here to California to begin with?
Oh, I honestly never thought that I was happy at home. I wanted to be my own man, and the way that I saw it, Marty, was that my dad had all this money, and I figured, why wait till I'm old to enjoy my inheritance? There's no reason that he should keep it if it's just going to sit there. So I went over to my dad and I was like, Dad, I want my money or I'll see you in court.
See you in court? Wow. It strikes me, Bob, that that's a pretty rude way to talk to your father.
Yeah, well, now that I look back on it, it was pretty rude. But back then, I just didn't care. I just wanted to get out of there.
So, did you have to take him to court?
No, he gave me what I asked for without a fight. Except he acted like he was going to cry whenever I asked him about it. So, it made me feel pretty uncomfortable. So, I just took the money and I left. Got out of town. Hit the road. Jack.
So Bob.
Marty.
Bob. Why did you want to leave so bad? Was your father in your case a lot?
Well, not really. I mean, he only got on my case sometimes when I was doing really, really stupid things that would, cause me to get into trouble.
Yeah.
But I guess I needed that, because I did a lot of stupid stuff. And I would have done more if he hadn't have been there. In fact, the last couple of years, I really started to miss that.
Why?
Because I've done a lot more stupid stuff since I left home. I mean, I've been really, really unbelievably dumb.
That sounds interesting. Well, then I suppose you got angry and left because your dad was tight with the money?
It wasn't really that. My dad was really generous when it came to his money and stuff.
And did you use it, his money and stuff?
Well, I mean, sure, of course I did. I always felt like I couldn't do some of this stuff that I really wanted to do.
What kind of stuff would that be, Bob?
I think you know what kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Well, I think I might have some idea, but I think our studio audience might not be clear about it. So why don't you clarify what you mean? What kind of things did you want to do with your father's money that you didn't feel like you could do while you were still in his house?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. All right. Well then, so you left home and you came out here. What did you do once you came to Hollywood?
Oh, I had a great time.
And what did you do with the money that your dad put into your account? Did you invest it?
Invest it? I spent it, man.
Spent it, huh? On what?
The good life, you know? I bought a big house in Beverly Hills. Yeah. I got a couple cars. And then there were parties 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week. So, pretty much 24/7.
Was there a boat?
There was a yacht. Yep.
Okay. So you made a few friends out here, huh?
Well, I had lots of fun. You know, I had my entourage. We hung out. We hit the clubs and stuff.
And then there were girls, I assume?
Oh yeah, women, booze, rocking all night at Bob's house. But I don't really need to talk about that.
Oh, I think that everyone probably finds this part quite interesting.
Listen, all right. I thought I came here to talk about my relationship with my father and how messed up it was. So, if we could just stick to that topic.
All right. Okay, awesome. Let's talk about that. How is your father these days?
How should I know?
What? You mean you've been out here all this time and you haven't even called home?
Home? Marty, I don't have a home anymore. It's just... I'm on my own. I've burned my bridges, man. I have burned my bridges, man.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure? You know, have you called? Have you ever tried to get in touch with your father? Have you ever tried to go home?
Well, I've thought about it, but I figured it was just no use.
Huh, you thought about it, huh? So did you have some reason for thinking about it? Tell me, Bob, how's your money holding out?
It's gone.
Pardon me?
Gone. All of it. Gone. Capiche? Boom. Gone. Spent.
You spent all that money.
Hey man, I had a high profile lifestyle that I had to maintain. Anyway, everything's gone. The money, the house, the yacht, the parties, everything.
So what are you doing now? What about all those friends of yours? I'm sure somebody has been willing to take you in.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen those people in weeks.
So how are you living? Are you working?
Yeah, I mean, sort of, I guess.
Doing what?
I've been in agriculture.
In what capacity?
Well, livestock, dietary maintenance.
What does that mean?
Alright, that's enough. Okay, I've got absolutely nothing, alright? I used to work on a pig farm, but I lost that job. You know, I've got no skills, I've got no job, I've got no friends, I've got no food, I've got no place to stay. You know, I'm just so lost. Honestly, I just wish I could go home. I'm just totally lost. honestly. Like, I don't know where my life is going to go. Like, all I want is to just be able to go home.
Why don't you give it a try? What could you lose?
I think maybe I will. I don't know what else to do.
You know, it sounds to me like you've got nowhere else to go either. And you never know about fathers, Bob. Maybe he's not as angry as you think. Maybe he'd be glad to see you.
I can't imagine my dad would even think about taking me back in. After everything that I've done, I don't deserve it. But maybe if I got down on my knees and I begged him to take me back and to let me come live with him, maybe he would. Even just as a servant. I think it might work. But, my brother, that's done for. He'll probably never speak to me again. He probably really hates me for everything that I've done. But, it would be worth it. Even to just be with my family back on the farm. Even just as a servant. I miss him so much. I think that would be way better than anything. My father still got unbelievable wealth, even after the things that I blew my money on. But I know that if I went back and I asked my father to stay with him as a servant, he still would not let me go hungry or cold. Speaking of which, I think I need to hitch a ride back to the east. So, I'm going to get out of here. But, it was nice to meet you. I love your audience. Great studio. Awesome show. Watch it every day. Take my Kleenexes. You take care. And, yeah.
So long, Bob. Some son, huh? What a creep. I think he's going to waste a trip. If I were his dad, I wouldn't have anything to do with him. But, who knows? Anyhow, we'll talk to members of the studio audience here in a little bit and see what they think about Bob the Wasteful Son. Right after a word from our sponsors. Boy, and I was raised down on the farm.